Why this lawsuit is necessary? This lawsuit is necessary because I lost my two-bedroom apartment. They have allowed the citizens of the United States to become very corrupt while they are going around terrorizing me because I protected myself from a white male. This is basically teaching our country that it's okay to promote injustice. It's teaching black women to hate themselves because there are a lot of black women involved, and they should not be harming a black woman who's with child for the system of white supremacy. I have been sleeping outside. It has caused me so much distress. It has defamed me. The report that they put out was false. They never did release the evidence, but the people who are trying to harm me, they know the evidence. They know, but they choose white men over me, regardless of if I was hurting or not, or whatever he was doing to me. I am worthless to them, but of course, the system of white supremacy provides them with jobs and money and sex, drugs, everything that they can possibly desire. Getting their charges reduced, fame, fortune. So there's no need for these groups of ethnic women to come forward and stand for me. So they do know the evidence, and they are all trying to cover up the fact that they've been terrorizing me to keep this young white male out of jail. We are not together anymore. We were in love, but that was a long time ago. And I made the decision that I did not want to be with him anymore, and he was trying to attack me. And this is how it was the entire relationship from the beginning. And there are white males operating in our society with this mentality that they can go and abuse whoever they like in this country, and that they can run secret operations to try to keep the victims from speaking out or ever getting justice from what these white males have done. So they use their white privilege, and the white women as well, who are very oppressive. The white women are very oppressive. They are very mean-spirited. It's not usually when someone can see. It's usually just being very racist, very prejudiced, siding with their own and giving people benefits who are their color while trying to take the little that people have who are African American. And the only way that I've noticed that a lot of these blacks are actually having homes and cars and things like that is if they are willing to terrorize the others in the community who are actually standing for their rights. So these women have cars who are going around trying to help white people and Hispanic people and Chinese people kill other black people. And they're hiding behind desk jobs, and they're hiding behind, going to work every day. But when there's an operation like this, they showed their true colors, and they all came out of the woodworks to terrorize me while I was sleeping at the bus stop, to give me food that was tampered with. The nurses in the infirmaries lied for the whites to say that I was not pregnant in order to keep their jobs. People in clothing stores, managers, people who were working with the groceries in the grocery department. Because the whites were running the facilities, they felt like it was okay that if the whites were telling them, oh, it's okay to tamper with her food, go ahead and do it. Oh, it's okay to kick her out of her place, go ahead and do it. Oh, it's okay to lie on her medical records and say that she's not pregnant because we're the white people. We run everything, so it's okay to do it. So this is what they did. I noticed some of them getting gift cards and cars, money, charges reduced, warrants dropped. And this has caused a lot of the Hispanic women to like walk around like, yeah, because I'm Hispanic, I'm so much better. And the white women like, yeah, we're white, we can do what we want, and the white men walking around like, yeah, I'm white, I can do whatever I want. And it's like, yeah, but my God name is Jesus, and he said that y'all not gonna get away with it. So another thing is they're trying to hide this. So a lot of people are trying to be really nosy, because they're trying to hide, So this is letting me know that there are people in this world that they're gonna have to answer to, because it's not right. And so a lot of celebrities came from California and different parts of the land because a white male was shot in America, and they felt the need to try to earn cool points with white people by coming to terrorize the young black woman or even set her up to be murdered to get cool points with white people. And I have seen the wealth of these white people, and it is very extensive. They have wealth. So when you're coming from a black community where a lot of these celebrities and things like that came from very impoverished homes, it seems like they will do anything to get cool points with these people, even at the point where you don't want the rest of America to know that you terrorized a young black woman for protecting herself against a white male. And this is why it's very dangerous, but this is imperative for me to do the wrongful lawsuit, because I'm not afraid of them. I am not afraid of any of the celebrities that I've seen down here wearing masks, helping these white supremacists and these Hispanics and these other blacks terrorize me. I have no respect for them whatsoever, and I'm not afraid of them. I actually want to stay in the church. I don't want anything really to do with the secular world. I understand I'm going to have to make music and make money, but there are just certain groups of people who I don't respect. And I don't care if you think you got money to put a hit out on me because I don't like you. You're not respectable. You're fake. You don't care about the people. And yes, I do talk about black women, but these are the black women that I'm talking about. I'm talking about these black women because, they walk around with their little shopping bags and knowing that you tried to help murder an African American woman for protecting herself. And yeah, you might be accepted by these masses of white people and these masses of Hispanic people, but why are you being accepted? You're being accepted because you tried to terrorize a young black mother for protecting herself. So I don't care how much money they got, I do not respect them. God is not a respecter of persons anyway. So it's been a long time that people have been calling them out. And I'm calling them out too, because that's wrong. And then they always come into the black community when they releasing music or whatever, asking people to give them money. But I will say this, it's in the black community, because these celebrities caused a lot of our brothers and sisters who would have stood with me to fall away. So they basically all doing it. This is why I've been outside with no one to help me. This is why people been getting paid off to do this stuff to me, because they all sold out to this whole called unity thing. Only thing you unified in is the fact that all of y'all being paid off by white supremacists. That's it. I had to defend myself. That's not my fault, period. So it's no need for black people to be over there trying to terrorize me for whites. And they're trying to cover it up. Trying to listen. That's a very evil spirit. That is very wicked, to try to cover this up. Like, how many of these black women will come out on social media and be like, yeah, I know she was protecting herself. I know she's pregnant. And I know that she was not guilty, but I felt that I wanted to just side with the white boy because he's white. So we wanted to beat her up and kill her because she black. How many of them going to come out and say that? Or how many of them going to come out and say, oh, I got charges dropped to go and try to kill Andrea Jones' baby? How many of them going to come and say, oh, I got gift cards to try to set Andrea Jones up to be a mental patient so that she could be dragged back to the Montgomery County Jail and murdered? How many of the black nurses is going to come out and say, yeah, we lied on Andrea Jones' medical record and she's still pregnant walking around with a baby inside of her? Nurse Stephanie. How many of the black men is going to stand up and say, yeah, we were a part of an operation to have Andrea Jones' blood sacrificed to Satan for white supremacy? And we got glasses and cars and jeans and gold jewelry and things like that to set her up. See, you like that chain? It's nice. But I don't think those chains was worth more than my life or my kids. So let me check on my orders and see what's going on with that, because there's been a lot of stores involved with trying to keep me without my basic hygiene needs and things like that on the streets. So this wrongful incarceration lawsuit is very necessary because they denied us any shelter to go into the shelters in the state of Texas. And we didn't have any food or water, and they also denied me any sort of medical care for my child while leaving me out here for people with white skin to run around and abuse me, because I would not let a man with white skin abuse me, and I'm not going to let any of them abuse me. I'm going to stand up for myself. And they had Bianca Hudson try to fight me, and LaMarcus Sanders try to fight me. They had James Devon Harris pull out a gun on me. They had Lily Morris try to fight me, and I called 911. They were charged. The only one that was not charged was LaMarcus Sanders, because I didn't call 911. I just got away from him and told him that, and told the police after he tried to call the police that I did not want him harassing me. But Bianca Hudson, I would have to defend myself from her, and I would have. And I would defend myself from anybody in this country who feels that you're going to, they're all in my mouth, who feels like you're going to attack me for a young white male. I will defend myself, and I have a right to defend myself. And y'all better leave me the hell alone. And I'm filing this lawsuit. And Austin John Matter is going to prison for abusing me, because Jesus Christ said that he is going, and that he's going to learn a lot of lessons in jail. And God said, let that bullet in his leg be a reminder about abusing women. So that means it don't matter what color my skin is. I'm a woman, and you're not going to be abusing women and then think that we don't have a right to defend ourselves. God said I'm going to have a really good lawyer. He said I'm going to have a damn good lawyer. I don't know where this lawyer is going to come from. But this is a very high-profile case because they tried to murder me and cover up the fact that it was even a gun involved. They tried to make it seem like they sued me for my son for being a bad mom and that I killed myself. No, I was not a bad mom. CPS never took my son from me. This is why they want me dead. They illegally took my child. I was defending myself. I was charged for defending myself. The charges were dropped. So where is my baby? Give me my baby. Ain't no you just keeping my child. No. You're going to give me my child. God said so. Now, I had enough of this. I got to stop right now because they're getting on my nerves, y'all. And this is getting on my nerves because I never had a social media. I never had a Facebook. I never had a Twitter. I never had a YouTube. And this caused me to be a victim to a lot of these people. I don't want to cry, but because when people think that you don't got nobody, they do all kind of stuff to you. And I was in the house with my little boy all by myself, and they were preying on us all the time. So now, like, it makes me feel a little afraid to have to share my life with people because I'm very shy. I don't normally do social media because I'm used to being bullied, by people. So, for me to share my life, like I have to share every detail, the ups and downs, the good, the bad, you know, um, when I'm upset, when I'm crying, when I'm yelling, I have to show it all because that's how much they're doing to me that I have to let you guys be a part of my journey. And it's been very hard for me to open up like that, like so quickly, to allow the world to be able to view my story and my struggle when I'm so used to being private. Like I didn't even have a Facebook or an Instagram, and now my whole life is on display for strangers.